Today I'm going to show you 3 projects that you can build that are super easy to do. Now, these projects are all made from pine. I had an 8 foot long piece of pine that was 2 inches thick and 6 inches wide. And my goal was to make 3 different projects out of that one piece of wood. But I wanted them to be projects that I found online that sell for a really good amount of money that could actually be built fairly easy. Don't forget to watch all the way to the end of the video so that way you can see all 3 projects. And don't forget to let me know in the comments down below what you think about these projects and maybe any sort of twist that you might put on it. All right, project number 1 is this little tiny shelf. Now, this is something that's very simply mounts on the wall using one of these little metal brackets on the back side. These are pieces of 1 inch by 1 inch pine that are glued together as well as brad nailed on the ends. And then I've got these little shelves here that stick out a little bit further, about 3.5 inches, and they're roughly about 3.5 inches wide. That's the spacing in between here. And overall, this is about 12 inches long. So this is a project that I saw online that you can use to mount on a wall to hold all kinds of different things. You could put your cell phone on it. You could put your keys on it. You could put little decorative pieces on this if you want. So as I said, this is pine. And all I did was apply a Minwax oil-based walnut stain, which was really good. Now, there are other ways that you can build something like this. Mine was very easy. I set it down. I put all of the pieces in between. I spaced these shelves 2 inches from either end. That way you can mount it this way. You can mount it this way. It really wouldn't matter. So it was super simple, and you can use all kinds of different woods for this. Now, all that I used for this, I used my table saw to get these blocks down to 1 inch. So this was actually made from the leftover pieces I had from that 8 foot long piece of pine. So I used my table saw to rip these blocks down to 1 inch, but you could use a circular saw too if you really wanted to. And then to cut these down to length, I used my miter saw. But again, you could use a circular saw so long as it cuts square. You're going to be perfectly fine. All right, so easy way to build it as an alternative. As far as the time that this took me, this took around 35 minutes to make. So it really didn't take that long. Now, looking at the sale price on these, so I went through Etsy, I searched Google Images, and I found that these for one shelf are going for roughly about $40. For $40, which I thought was crazy, but to each their own. They've got a little element of style. I mean, and you could also write or chamfer the edges if you want. You can go nuts and have fun with this project. But they were actually selling for a fair amount. So considering the fact that this took about 35 minutes to make, maybe 40 minutes tops, and all in all, for the material, this probably would have cost, well, it's less than $10 in material. Pine is somewhat expensive where I am if you go to get it from a big box store, unless you get it at a small sawmill in bigger slabs, then you might be able to get it for a bit of a better price. But what I saw these going for online was pretty unique in the fact that you can make like $30 profit on this thing. You only have to spend 35 minutes on it, so you could batch these out easily. And then you just need a bunch of these metal hooks, but you can buy these metal hooks here, or you can put a picture wire across at the dollar store. It's entirely up to you. Use your imagination, but super cool, super easy, all kinds of different ways to build it. And from everything that I saw online, this is one of the projects that will sell. All right, so my second project that I've got for you. This is one that took about the same time as the last project. I was about 35 or 40 minutes doing this. And I'll show it to you here. This is what it is. If you can't guess what it is, this is actually something that's meant for hanging sunglasses or shop glasses or something like that, just by hooking them on like this. Now, I did see some of these made on some other YouTube videos, and I thought they were super awesome. One of the big problems around my house is that I've got glasses left on the counter. So does my wife. Sunglasses, there's reading glasses, there's all kinds. And it's a matter of trying to organize them all in one place. So by being able to take glasses and hang them on here, it's going to make it so much easier. And then it's a little bit decorative. So again, this is the middle cut of that piece of pine. All right, this is just a straight piece. And then I took some 1-inch blocks here. They are 1 1/4 depth, and then 1 inch by 1 inch. These are actually the cutoffs from that last shelf. I drilled a 1/4 inch hole directly in the center of these, and I use this, I believe it's a 10 or 14 millimeter macrame cord, and I simply tied a knot in one end, strung it all the way through, pulled it as tight as I could, and in order to maintain it tight, when I pulled this through, I put a pair of vice grips on the end of it to hold it while I did the knot, so that way I could get a lot of tension. So it's still a little bit loose. A macrame cord is not the best thing for this, perhaps. But the reason why I chose it is because I love the contrast of the macrame cord, which is a white or an ivory, to the walnut stain that I put onto this piece of pine. Okay, so this was a simple one to build, 35, 40 minutes, didn't take me very much. All I had to do was, of course, when I had this big 8 foot long piece that was 6 inches wide and it was about 2 inches thick, I had to run that through the planer in order to trim it down. But if you buy these boards at a store, you're not going to be buying them 2 inches thick unless you're going to a sawmill. More often than not, you're going to buy them around 3/4 inch thick. So you won't even have to do that. All I did was just use the table saw to clean up the edges. And then I used my miter saw just to square off the ends. These here, I used the miter saw to cut them off of the project from the other pieces. And then I used a 1/4 inch Forstner bit to go right through this hole. So there wasn't much to it. Now, the thing that I added to this for a little bit of style is I put on the edge a 45-degree chamfer, using a chamfer bit on my router in my router table. So if you have a router table set up and a chamfer bit, that might be fairly easy to do. The other thing that you can do if you have a trim router is just get a 45-degree chamfer bit, put it in your trim router, which will have a 1/4 inch shank instead of a 1/2 inch, which is what I've got on my router table. And it'll still do the exact same thing. And because we're staining it dark, if you leave a few little burn marks here and there, if anything, in my opinion, it's just going to add character to the walnut finish, which is really cool. And the reason I like the walnut contrast on the pine is because it does give it somewhat of a rustic look. If you look at this, I did sand the edges, but I wanted to leave a little bit of the roughness of this pine in there, which the stain actually absorbs in a lot darker, very similar to the end grain here. So this one's a really cool project. On the back, all I did, again, I used the exact same mounts as that last shelf right here and right here. Okay, this is 20 inches long. So it's not very long, but you can make it however long you like. Really depends on how many glasses you have. We have a lot, so I made it bigger. But you can use different materials for this. You could put a wire through here. You could do all kinds of different things. Be creative. I almost thought about putting a round dowel coming out and then drilling a 1/4 inch hole through the dowel just to give it a bit of a round look. The reason I stayed away from that is because the dowels made of maple take stain very differently than the pine does. And so because of that, I'd have too much of a difference between the two. That's why I opted to stick with the pine. So super easy. And well, this one here, it was very difficult to find anything like this online outside of some of the YouTube videos. But it's unique and it would work. So something like this, I'd probably look at retailing this for somewhere around the $40 mark at least anyways. Maybe just over the $40 mark if you wanted to. My suggestion is look them up for your area and see what these types of things are going for to give yourself a better idea of price. Okay, so the last one I've got for you is really, really unique. I really liked it, but it's actually one of the easiest projects to build. It is super simple, and that is this shelf here. Now, what's cool about this shelf is it's very, I guess, geometric. Maybe is the word. But this is just the straight piece of pine, right? All shaved down. It was planed down, edges squared. And then I took it to my miter saw and I cut a 45-degree angle here, a 45-degree angle here. And then this is a 45-degree angle on a straight piece. And then this is a square piece right here. Now, when I built this, when I cut the 45 here, I lined this shelf up directly with that corner edge to give it that little bit of extra character. Okay. Now, to hold all of this together, This is just glued right here. It's glued right here. But because you're going to hang this on a wall, and this is a bigger piece, so you can put some heavier stuff on it. What I also did is I reinforced the lower shelf as well as this 45-degree piece here with some screws. Two screws there, two screws there. This wood right here is about 1 inch thick. So this is some of the thicker stuff that I left because I thought it would be really cool for this particular one to have a bit of a thicker material. And so it is pretty cool. And if we look at the shelf size, we've got 4.5 inches there by 5.5 inches out. So it is a decent size. Now, here's a good tip about pine, because when I did this one, after I glued it together and then I stained it, I realized I made a mistake. Okay. And here's what that mistake was. If you look right there and right there, you'll see that the stain didn't absorb into the wood. The reason for that is because a little bit of the glue had seeped out. So when I put this on here, I use wood glue and then I use CA glue and spray it to actually hold it in place. Here's what I didn't realize. Some of the CA glue, after I sprayed the activator on it, seeped out the sides, but because the pine was so light, I didn't see it when I actually did the stain. So it's a too little, too late. It is what it is. So when you're going to be staining something like pine, you have to keep an eye out for glue like that. Wherever you can, wipe those glue seams down with a wet rag to get rid of that glue completely. If you can't do it, then what you can do is use a glue chisel. And I'll link a video up here so you can see it, where I've got one of the tips about dedicating a chisel to just scraping joints and cleaning joints from glue. So what I could have done here, had I seen this beforehand, is actually taken a glue chisel and gotten that glue out of there so it would take the stain evenly. Okay, so that was my mistake. So try not to make that exact same mistake. All right, so a very unique piece. This one here, I was just under an hour for this, and the only reason I was actually took that long, because the cuts are very simple, is because I was figuring out the sizing of it. So for this shelf here, this shelf is running at 17.75 inches from this side of the 45-degree cut to this side of the 45-degree cut. Okay, and then we've already got the size of the shelf. This is sticking out 5.5 inches. And so, of course, this piece here is sticking out 5.5, and then it's 5.5 inches up as well. It's just a really unique looking one. And you could do all kinds of stuff with this. You could laser engrave it if you want. You could use a CNC machine on it. You could paint it. You could put some vinyl decals on it. I mean, honestly, the possibilities are endless. For the mounting for this, I just, again, did one of these metal brackets, because these metal brackets with the nails going in, so I used some longer nails to hold it into this one. And if I really wanted to, I could put a dab of CA glue to hold it on there, which I don't really think I need to at this point. But this one it's just really cool looking. Now, here's the kicker for these ones. When I was looking these up, I found two prices for these. So mostly these are sold in sets of 3. Okay. And what I found for this shelf here, the first one that I found was 3 of these. They were smaller and thinner, much thinner, maybe a 1/2 inch thick or 5/8 of an inch thick. They were selling for $100 for 3 of them. $100 for 3 of them. And then I decided to look at Etsy a little bit. Now, we know that Etsy is a little bit more expensive, but I had a look at Etsy, and I found these being sold on Etsy, the bigger version, very similar to this one here, 3 of them for $439. $439. That was insane. So you got quite the price range there, and a lot of it is going to depend on the area that you're going to be selling in. So I wouldn't say that I would go $430 for 3 of these, but if you wanted to aim for $100 or maybe $120, just because of the style and uniqueness of it, then I think that would actually be pretty good for this one. So table saw, miter saw, that's it. Again, you can use circular saw with a rafter square to guide your 45s as well as your straights. That works perfectly good too. And you can also build this just using material that you get from the big box store that's 3/4 of an inch thick. Now, here's another idea for you. And this is something that I wanted to do for this project. Is my intention was to paint this part and this part black, and then stain this walnut. It would have been a really cool contrast. Unfortunately, I had paint cans of black spray paint that were sitting on the shelf, and they were empty. So I didn't have any, so I went ahead and stained it walnut. But my advice to you is take a project like this and switch it up, right? You could paint this black here. If you really wanted to, you could paint the top white on this upper part here, almost like it's a mountain. If you made 3 of these, you could have them mounted so that way they all line up on that 45-degree angle, and it will give that wall a lot of character. I hope you enjoyed these projects, and I hope that these projects are something that you'll be able to build and you might be able to sell or use in your home or whatnot. Let me know in the comments what you thought about these projects. And what I'm really interested to see is what kind of spin can you put on it? Are you going to change a color, a size, that sort of stuff? There's so many possibilities that you can do there. Thanks so much for watching. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you think there's anybody else that could benefit from this video, then share the video with them. It really, really helps the channel out. All right? Until next time, happy cutting.